It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Cards and the Seahawks, and it comes your way next.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Carson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads him out.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
On a slant complete to Green.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
that was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Connor going to get it again on second down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Here's Murray. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
They'll run here with Connor, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
James Conner
taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Cardinals have taken the early lead. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They go play action with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but felt incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield on that play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll start the drive with a give to Connor.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're a back.
You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Again, Murray will keep it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackled by Darrell Taylor. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up him.
And he is going to be taken down. They got it. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now on 2nd and 16. Murray to Connor on the check down. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. But wait up now. A flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the 1st. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Chase Edmonds punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Personal foul.
So that one will be accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Arizona. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for the second half for sure. But for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Indeed, Coach. Thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Murray now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins